I was thinking, one, I need to change that intro still. That music is so bad. But it took me a long time to put that together. So not that long, just, like enough to be like, okay, wow, we have to do that again. But anyway, I was thinking, and the more that I learned about AI, the more I just really fall in love with humanity. And it probably sounds silly or cheesy, and I really don't care anymore. But yeah, after just studying or building things for hours, and then I am reminded how good it is to just unplug and take time to really be with the people that you love and doing what you love that isn't tied to a computer. And there's no AI twist or spin on it. I think that it's just as important to not focus conversations on it as it is to focus conversations on it, because it really doesn't have a place in everything. And I hear a lot about, worries that AI will strip our humanity away and it will replace us, but I just feel so reminded today of how irreplaceable that we are as humans, and that creating AI tools and learning about AI and teaching it has just made me love us people that much more. And it's almost like as people, obviously we're interacting with each other all the time, so you don't realize how like special we are. Kind of like um, if you go outside in the summer and there's no air conditioning, and you're like, holy crap! When you walk back in the air, you're like, this feels great. At the risk of sounding like a total geek nerd, I feel that way if I spend hours working on something that has to do with AI, and then I'm then interacting with people. It just it's refreshing to like step away from the norm for a minute, because when you come back, I it just hits you again how beautiful life is, and how AI isn't the point. It is a way to expand our connection and to multiply human potential. And there's so many advancements, but there was nothing like feeling like you belong with a group of people and having community and love and laughter and just all of the wonderful things, and all of the painful things even about life are really just truly gifts. And I'm in a phase right now where I'm starting a new beginning, and it's really scary. And it isn't something that I can just use AI to make go away, or to give me courage that will make everything feel okay when I do feel the fear of starting new and starting over. But I'm reminding myself again that that is part of the beautiful design of human nature. And even the things that we might not realize are positives or that are gifts, they're part of the whole like experience. And I've had a lot of grief in my life this past year, really, with losing my granny and my grandma, and they were two out of the three closest people to me. And this is no exception. I mean, everybody's dealing with something. Everybody has lost someone, or many people, or will. Um, but it has been a tough year, and I'm not where I thought I would be at this point in my 20s. And in some ways, I'm farther ahead than I thought I would be, career-wise especially. But then in other aspects, I'm farther behind, and not where I thought that I would be. But I'm also learning that that is okay, and feeling all of those feelings is really a blessing. And grief especially is something that I struggle with. But I heard a quote, and basically it said that the price of love is grief, or that grief is love enduring. And I really like that, because as somebody who has felt in a stage of grief for my grandparents, and even just other life transitions, like leaving a job that you really like and just moving through new phases. Um, I mean, I'm super excited by the way I have made choices, and I'm designing my life in a way that I'm extremely excited for the next chapter, but I'm also pained to leave behind the great parts of the the previous one. And joy and grief, or um, excitement and pain, they're not mutually exclusive. You can feel all of these things at the same time, and did something that is so unique to us, and that no other being can hold, or that can handle that type of emotional complexity, or that level of consciousness. So although, part of being human is suffering, I think there's also just so much light in being human, and especially belonging. Again, just transitioning out of one phase and into another. I don't think we're able to fully see, unless we're really intentional about it, we're able to fully see the impact that we have. And belonging isn't something that maybe you consciously think about, but then when you do leave an environment where you felt that you belong, um, then you realize the weight and the shift. So I'm learning to be thankful for things as I transition out of them, and I'm so excited for the next chapter, and also just accepting the full spectrum of human emotions. And like I said, the more I learn about AI, the more I fall in love with humanity, and where some people think that it might strip away the the appreciation for us, because our focus has shifted. It really does the opposite for me. So I don't know if that's a common experience. I mean, there's no way I'm the only one. But it's something that I paid attention to. And so today, and part of yesterday too, I just have been intentional about not using it as much, and just taking time to do things that I love, where I feel like AI doesn't have as much of a spot. And because I think that that is super important as we move into this age of artificial intelligence. And you know, there's an update every day, and it can almost seem like all you hear about if you're in the tech space. But I really enjoy carving out time just to do human things. And that might sound goofy, but um yeah, it's made me appreciate that more. And I don't know what human things you like to do. And maybe it's drawing, or painting, or music, or whatever it might be. And not that AI can't do these things as well, but it doesn't mean that that it always should, because there's so much joy I find in creativity and creating things. And not that they're perfect, but just because you enjoy it, and you enjoy being unplugged and taking time away from the world of technology to just be human. And that's all I have today. I would end with the quote, but I will close and just share vulnerability with a poem that I wrote, because I love poetry. Really, it's been one of my first loves since I was 8. I remember one day at my grandparents', I just sat down in this notebook and wrote this poem that sounded like it came from an old widowed woman, and I don't know why, where that came from in my little soul, but it's something that I still very much enjoy. And if you're a writer, or whatever your form of art, creativity, or expression might be, you know what it's like to get writer's block. And it can really stink because you're like, oh, I would like to write something, but I can't. But best uh, the best experiences with poetry that I have are when it just absolutely like flows and I'm not forcing it. And I think shifting through different levels, so maybe like doing deeper focus work, if I have done something with AI, something more like project management-esque, and then shifting gears and shifting into a different like level of my thinking, where I then am able to write poetry really well because it's different than what I've been doing for the past days, weeks. But I had one come to me today, and it isn't one of my, I don't know, best, but that isn't what it's about. It's just about being human. And like I said, doing human things just because you enjoy them, not because you have to be the best at them or optimize them with technology. So I'll close with this rough, raw, probably embarrassing, but who cares? We're all on a tiny rock spinning in the universe type poem. Okay, here it goes. I find myself again in criticality. For you, for I, alike. But I think I saw the world today. I think I took a chance. Scraped my knees and watched the whole thing fall down. Again. Realized I didn't like myself lately and fell back in love all over again with me. And it almost feels temporary, how I feel about the most permanent things. There's courage in that, I think, and taking the chance even when you know the scraping might come. I don't know why I wait for the sun to hit my face to remember how it feels, having felt it once. Isn't it with me still? We are messy, glorious, impossible, beautiful, the way we make coffee in the morning, not the coffee, the specific amount of sugar. Pack it up, shut it down, and do it all over again tomorrow. I only see how we move through the world. I only see the whole weight of the cycle, but also maybe it's grace. Thank you.